Welcome on to another divisional preview. My name is Matt Gannon of Jersey Betting and FantasyPoints.com. And today we have the AFC East. We're banging through these few a week. We're about halfway there now. And who else would I bring on for the AFC East? And my good friend Will Earhart, New England sports fan, Patriots fan. I mean, you might not like him because he's a New England sports guy, but he's great for the show. So Will, welcome on.
Appreciate you having me, Matt.
So let's recap last season. Obviously, Buffalo won the division at 11-6, followed by New England. They also made the playoffs at 10-7. Miami 9-8, right behind, and then the Jets were 4-13. What was your thoughts on the season last year? How it all turned out?
The Pats looked really good early on. I thought Mac was dynamite through probably 10 weeks and then kind of tapered off. They had
Yeah,
the Pats they were great early on and then totally fell off.
yeah, and like speaking on like the Pats started off slow, then figured it out, or Miami. I'm saying the Pats started off hot, then fell off. Miami started off slow and won they started off like 1-7, and they finished 9-8. So I feel like the vibes are high in Miami. They got a ton of weapons, which we'll get into when we get there. But I feel like its season panned out pretty average. The Bills were the favorites, and they won as they should, and they are again this year. So going through the odds at this season, Buffalo is -230 to win the division. Miami's plus 450. New England's 5-1. And Jets are the long shots, obviously at 28-1. So, would you think about playing any of those? I mean, New England at 5-1, but I don't know. I don't know if they can compete with the Bills this year.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the Bills coming into the season as the Super Bowl favorites. As they should be.
Right.
They're totally loaded. I don't see anyone. I mean, as a Pats fan, I'd like to see the Pats challenge in the division again, but I don't know if I'd see it this year.
So let's build right off that. Let's get right into the Bills. I wrote AFC champs or bust. Like they have, if there's a year that they're gonna do it after what happened in the '90s, after what happened last year in Kansas City, they have everyone back from last year for the most part and more. So, what is your ceiling on the Bills this year? Do you think their ceiling is a Super Bowl?
I do, yeah. I was looking at playing them as to win the Super Bowl, but I saw an interesting statistic that it's only happened like 5 or 6 times in the history of the NFL that the
What the favorite?
preseason favorite has actually
Okay.
won. So,
I mean, it makes sense. Favorites don't always win, as you know, in all sports in single games, like -200, lose every day. So I do think they should be the favorite for a reason. I don't think I'm gonna get there like on a Super Bowl outlook. I like Josh Allen to win the MVP at what 7.5, 8-1. I'm gonna play like him and Justin Herbert to win the MVP. I think it's like his to lose going into the season. He has all those weapons: Stephon Diggs, Gabe Davis, Isaiah McKenzie, Dawson Knox, and then OJ Howard. They got that's weapons around him. I know the run game isn't really there, but you're Josh Allen, you're your own run game, and you're your own pass game as well. So I think the Buffalo Bills are going to be a rocket ship this year. They add Von Miller as well to add to that defense. Like it's just looking up and down the roster. They're a scary sight for the AFC East and the whole AFC.
yeah, I agree 100%. My personal opinion, I think Josh Allen is the best quarterback in the league.
Right.
Um,
You could say at least you could say that as a Pats fan. You got to be honest.
yeah, no, 100%. I mean, we've beat up on the Bills for
Years.
20 years or so, but I think it's their time now, unfortunately.
All right, we'll move on to Miami. So obviously Miami started off horrible, like I said. They reeled off a bunch of wins down the stretch, and they finished 9-8, just missed out on the playoff spot. They add Tyreek Hill, and they add some other guys too. They add Raheem Mostert, Chase Edmonds, Sony Michelle, Teron Armstead. They got weapons, and they are coming off of all that momentum, like I said. So how do you think Miami can do this year?
I'm not as high on Miami as I think a lot of people are actually.
I know I'm
Um,
actually with you. I'm actually with you.
I don't believe in Tua. I
That's
don't think he can
exactly
get
what I
it
was gonna
done.
say. All right, I'm glad we're aligned there.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, like Jalen Waddle is sick. Tyreek Hill,
Mm,
obviously great. Gesicki's great, but I just don't think Tua can get it done. I mean, when Brian Flores was there, they were looking to Fitzpatrick, and he was outplaying him. So
right.
I don't know. I just don't see it in Tua.
And like you rattled off all those names. If Tua doesn't do it this year, he's done. Like this is his prove it year. But which is why I think they could be a little bit dangerous because Tua's like, I got to do something now, or I'm going to be a career backup. Like he's got to go. He's got Waddle, Hill, all the names you said. The defense is already solid. They didn't really add anything defensively because they're already pretty solid. But their offense is loaded, and they have no excuse with, especially the way they finished the season last year. I wrote it optimistic. I think they have playoff hopes in Miami. And I'm sure they do. They saw how they finished last year. They could win a bunch of games, but the question mark, can Tua do it? I'm with you on the no, but I'd love to see how it pans out. I'm probably not going to touch any Miami futures. Win total is over and under 9, which I feel like is pretty fair. If I had to play it, I would play the over, but I want to see how it pans out. I don't want to play anything because I could see it being going either way. Like I could see them tanking, like going winning 5 games, or just being a sick team because that's how volatile I think Tua could be.
Yeah, I agree 100%. They do have a ton of talent on that roster, but definitely just hinges on Tua.
Right. Anything else you want to say about Miami, or do you want to move on to your Pats?
Um, let's move on to the Pats.
All right. Read the bottom. Can you really count out a Bill Belichick coach team? I don't know if you can, but I think I am.
Oh, I don't know about that. Gonna have to disagree with you there. I do have some little confusion as to what they're doing with the offensive coordinator spot.
Who's
I
calling
think
the
that,
plays? Who's calling the plays?
yeah, it's looking like it's going to be Matt Patricia, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, we'll have to see how that goes. I don't love that with Mac Jones going into his second season, but I don't know. They do have a lot of talent on that offense now, so
Yeah.
we'll have to see, I guess.
I'm more nervous about the defensive losses that they had. They lose Shaq Mason, Chase Winovich, Dante Hightower, Kyle Van Noy, and J.C. Jackson. So, I mean, the defense was stout last year, but those are some legit names, legit starters you're losing. And having a semi-suspect offense, and now you're having a bunch of new names defensively. I don't know what you're going to get in New England this year. It's a big question mark, I would say.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I really have a ton of faith in Mac Jones,
Yeah, I
so I'm
mean,
hoping he can
I'm happy
carry
you do.
us, but I don't know. I mean, um, there were talks in the offseason to hire an actual offensive coordinator.
I don't know why they didn't.
Yeah, not quite sure on that call, but it's hard to doubt Bill Belichick with everything he's been through.
Right.
But I don't know. We'll have to see, I guess. I mean, the
See,
wide receiver position's finally looking okay.
Devontae.
Um, yeah, Devontae Parker's a big addition. I love the draft pick of Tyquan Thornton. I mean, that
Yes,
dude is
yes,
lightning fast. So
yes.
I think there's going to be a lot of deep ball connections with him and Mac. So I'm definitely looking forward to that.
See, like that's why I don't want to. I don't think they're gonna hit their win total. It's 8.5. I don't think they will. But I just don't want to bet against Belichick. That's like, if you bet against Belichick and Brady your whole life, you're broke. So I don't want to do that. Like, am I going to? Maybe, but I don't know. I definitely lean under 8.5 wins. Under them, I mean, missing the playoffs, and then I'll get to the prediction where I think they'll finish. But anything else you want to add about your Patriots, or I don't
Um,
know.
Going to
Go
that
ahead.
over under total, I actually would hammer that 8.5.
Over.
100%. Yeah.
I will just.
Um,
I'll make a side bet with you. I think we should just do that.
let's do it. Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't know, dude. I don't
Because
know.
I mean, they tend to, the Patriots have had some struggles with their draft picks. I mean, they got clowned a bit for taking Cole Strange as early as they did, but
You never know. He could pan out, and that
yeah,
Belichick knows. Like he knows the guys.
that's what I mean. I'm really hoping for it. But as you said, they definitely had some losses on defense, and they supposedly going into that the playoff game against the Bills, they had the Pats D at number 5 in the league, and they looked terrible, like nothing close to a top 5 defense. As Josh Allen and the Bills basically, in football terms, it would be, or I guess baseball terms, it would be a perfect game, scoring
Right.
a
Oh yeah.
touchdown on every single drive.
Yeah. That was insane. But I think the Kyle Duggar plus Jabril Peppers combo could be dangerous. I think Jabril Peppers is going to come in underrated, especially for how much they paid him. Not much, but he's a stud. He was a high draft pick coming out of Michigan, and I wouldn't say he didn't pan out, but he wasn't as good as he could have been in a new system. He's got some a good tandem around him, so I think that could be dangerous defensively. But I think they just lost too many guys for them to keep up that defensive profile that was carrying them for so long. All right, you want to move on to the final team?
Yeah, let's move on.
All right, New York Jets. They have a solid core. I know Zach's out now, and this outlook would be a lot different if we did this before he got hurt. But I think if he comes back whatever week, and they can score points, they'll be fine. Like they need to score like 24 points a game, which is not like they can, not like they can't. It's a big question mark, but if they can score, they'll be dangerous.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of positive things to say about the Jets. I mean, on my personal take is I think they'd be better off without Zach Wilson. I thought he was awful last year,
Yeah,
and there was even some word coming out of their training camp that Joe Flacco was actually
he's out.
outplaying him.
I
So
heard that. I heard that.
I don't know. I think they might be better off. I mean, when they lost Mekhi Becton, that's a big loss for them.
Right. They added Laken
Um,
Tomlinson, which is huge. That was a huge get for them on the offensive line. On an already good offensive line, adding him, but we don't know about Becton yet. Um, got Jordan Whitehead, Tyler Conklin from Minnesota, CJ Uzama. They way overpaid him. I do not think he is that good of a tight end to get the money that he got. Solomon Thomas from San Francisco, heading back with the former coach. So I think there's vibes there. And the defense was already good. They lose Marcus May, but they add obviously Jordan Whitehead. So I don't think they're going to win the division. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs, but I think they're going to go up from 4 wins. I actually like their over 5.5 wins. Now that I'm talking myself through it, I might play that. I can play 17 games. I think they can win 6 of them. I mean, but I don't know. Zach's out. How good is Flacco? Question mark. I don't know. Trying to talk myself through it.
yeah, I think I would take that under. Actually,
We might have to do
I
two
don't
side
think.
bets then. Will.
Yeah, I think we might. I don't think they have enough.
No,
I don't
I mean
know.
you could be right. You know your AFC East. Any other thoughts on the Jets, or it's just another tank season for the
I
Jets?
think they're going to be awful again. Personally, yeah.
Okay. So let's get into the division predictions. How do we think this is gonna pan out? 1 through 4. I'll give mine 4. I'm pretty sure yours will be a little different. No, I actually know it will be a little different. So I'm gonna go 1 Buffalo, not crazy. 2 Miami, 3 New England, 4 Jets. Let's hear yours.
Yeah, I definitely got the Bills at number one. Got the Pats finishing second, and then the Dolphins and the Jets. I mean, you got plus 250 odds if you play that specifically. I do like that bet
Really?
a lot.
That's a
Yeah.
thing?
Yep.
Wow. What's did you see my order or no?
Yeah, I did. It's like slightly worse. I believe it's plus 240.
For the order that I said?
Yep.
Even Patriots last?
Oh, you said the Patriots were going to finish behind the Jets? I
Yes.
totally missed that then.
Okay, we gotta check that
I
then
don't
out
know
after the
about that.
show.
Yeah.
I need you to
That
show me that.
definitely
Text me that because I might have
yeah,
to
I will.
put some coin on that.
That's
Okay,
probably crazy odds actually.
so you think I mean, New England finishes second in the division. Do you think they have enough to make it to get the second wild card or make it to the playoffs?
I
That's
don't
gonna be
know.
tough,
Yeah, the AFC West is so strong this year. Like I could
dude.
see all
AFC
four
West.
teams making it.
The AFC West is stupid. I did my show on that with Jeff Feinberg. That division is actually stupid. Like, okay,
Yeah, that'll definitely
so
be a fun one to watch.
so anything you done in this market? You made any bets or futures props for the AFC East? I have not yet, but I think I'm gonna get to Josh Allen MVP, maybe Jets over wins. What about you?
I have absolutely hammered Patriots over 8.5.
Wow.
I'm feeling really confident in that. Last year, people were calling me crazy last year. Their over under was actually 9. And I
Yeah,
put a
no,
ton
you're
of
right.
money on that and a lot on them to make the playoffs. Both of those cashed in. I'm not so confident about them making the playoffs, but I definitely like their over eight
You
and a
like
half
that
wins.
you like that win total. Okay. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna go against you because I would lean the under, but you're pretty set on the over. You're a Pitchers fan, you know your team. I respect it. I will definitely pass on that total, but I'm just thinking I'm gonna play 2 MVPs, Josh Allen and Justin Herbert. They're both like 8.5, 7-1. One of them hits. I feel like it's one of them will win. Like I think Tom Brady's gonna fall off. I mean, Pat's a threat for sure, but I think it's Herbert or Allen. So, any other final thoughts, or does that sum it up for the AFC East?
I another prop I like is I really like Mac Jones over 23 and a half passing touchdowns.
Okay,
He
you
had
think they'll throw that
22
much?
last year, but
And they didn't even throw that much. Yeah,
no, yeah. So I mean, two more over what they had last year. He had when they played the Bills in Buffalo, I believe he had 3 pass attempts in that
yeah.
game that
No,
they won. So
He's gonna throw more. Like I think that I actually like that. So I might. That's actually a really good bet because he's only gonna throw more. And what do you have 22 last year?
Yep, he had 22 last year, threw for 3,800 yards. His over under for yards is 39.50, which
I think those both are
I might
solid.
sprinkle on that.
I think
Yeah,
those are both are solid.
I
All right,
definitely
so
think they're going to pass more because I think they're
yes.
getting a little more confident. I think they use their tight ends a little more. I feel like Jonnu Smith and Hunter Henry were a little bit. I mean, Hunter Henry was used a good bit, but I feel like Jonnu Smith was very much underutilized. So
And
I'm
they
looking
got
forward to that.
and they got some better receiving targets as well. So I think
Absolutely.
I actually might tell you on that one of those Mac props. So I think that about wraps it up for the AFC East. Pretty straightforward, quick show. Will, thank you for joining me. We will have to get together soon, do some more football stuff. It's coming up. So thank you guys for watching. Any questions, you know where to find me. I hope everyone enjoys the rest of their day, evening, whenever you guys are watching this. Peace out.